did you blow your entire CGI/prosthetics budget on that?
It's interesting. CG has gotten to the point where we didn't need to use a green screen. We literally just put black tracking marking dots on Patton's leg, and we did the scene as normal. And then they did it. I mean, Patton did amazing work with a physical therapist early on.
I had to learn how to. She sent me this horrific piece of paper that was very well researched as to what it would mean to have those injuries and how you would walk. And I had to learn to walk. The thing that was weirdest was learning that every time my right leg fell, it fell in a different place. I never knew where it would land, and I had to keep that in my head. And then I had to do all these exercises after the shooting day, or she kind of said, you really got the work down now, here are some exercises, because at the end of the shooting, if you don't do these, you'll permanently mess up your leg.
Really?
The way you're walking,
no, you know that lady on ER permanently screwed up her body by doing the limb.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you ever watch that show? Yeah, and that's why they had her magically get cured, like, later in the series, because, like, she couldn't limp anymore.
Yeah.
I just remember when you started to get into it, and I actually got really nervous. I was like, because you started to really get into it. I remember getting some emails from you about everything you were learning. And I thought, oh, fuck, he's going to get all Daniel Day-Lewis about it. I'm going to be like, so Patton, I need you to walk over to the chair, and you'd be like, oh, well, actually, I wouldn't be able to walk to that chair. And I was like, oh, come on, Patton, just get into the fucking chair.
And I would say it in an angry Irish accent in between takes. Don't you understand? I can't fucking sit.
What happened?
Yeah, it was weirdly intense, and it made me respect even more people like Daniel Day-Lewis and Lon Chaney Sr., like the stuff they would do physically. I can't believe Daniel Day-Lewis walks around normally with the stuff he does to himself. It's ridiculous, yeah.
That was, but also, I remember, though, getting ready for the sex scene, though, that was the weirdest part of it, was how the hell do you get on top of her in the bed with legs that doesn't work, and having to figure that out was one of the trickiest things I've ever done as a director.
See, I wasn't thinking of any of that, Jason. What I was thinking of was, so I get to be in my underwear next to Charlize Theron in her underwear. This couldn't be like Michael Moore or James Gandolfini. I have to be next to the hottest woman ever with this weird snowman body. That's what I get to do? All right, great. This is my sex scene. All right, awesome. That's great.
But before you get into
I can't wait for the Blu-ray. It's gonna be, Merry Christmas, Mom and Dad. But that was some weird choreography, so yeah.
We have a question back here in the middle of the house.
Yes, hi. I'm from Minnesota, and I've never heard of Mercury. Is that a fictional name? And is this like any hick town in Minnesota that you wrote about?
I was thinking like way northern Minnesota. I lived in Minneapolis for a few years, and I've written a few things that take place there. It's my favorite place to write about. I chose like a way northern kind of Minnesota lake town. Mercury's not real because I didn't want to piss anyone off. It's better that way.
Although you sound pissed off. Yeah.
Sorry.